Hello and welcome
Hello.
to a little Christmas special of the
Yeah.
Voiceover podcast. My name, of course, is Michael,
And I'm Jen.
and this is totally impromptu. Normally we have
Last minute plan.
a few little bullet points or like talking points, and we just go off on our little journeys from there. But we've got nothing, literally nothing. So we're just going to hit record and just see what the next half an hour looks
I
like.
feel like I apologise in advance for any mental swearing or
Yeah.
off tangent conversations.
Yeah, well, it's Christmas, so if those of you watching, you'll see that I am dressed appropriately.
As am
is
I.
Jen.
As am I. But
As
yours
Jen.
is slightly more amusing. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I look like a budget drag queen, but I tried.
I'm shaking
I
my
tried,
head
I
at
tried.
Michael.
So I haven't seen you I haven't spoken to you for ages, really. So
I know,
what's
it really
been
was
going
like
on?
we cut ties, didn't we?
Yeah, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this tinsel off because I can tell it's going to be
Sweating in your tinsel.
rustling away. I've got myself trapped here now. What have I done here now? Hang on. Where's that go? Is that an inside or the outside? Oh,
For anybody who can't see Michael, he is wrapped in a bit of tinsel that is rustling quite a lot, actually, to fair play. He's now untangled from the tinsel.
I've taken the customary selfie. I'll stick it on the socials later. So my time is done with the dress up. So go on. What's been happening?
Wow, straight in. Not a lot, I would say. So I'd been quite open about. I don't know. It's been a weird year, and lots of kind of complicated stuff, and having quite a prolonged period of time where I wasn't marketing myself virtually at all, a little bit, but obviously then the business took a bit of a hit from that, and feeling a bit stuck. So I don't know, the last month or so I've been trying to get back into stuff and boost my confidence back up and all that jazz. So that's kind of where I'm at.
It's been a bit of a weird year, right?
Yeah.
There's lots of positives lots of. But obviously everyone's journey is different, But on reflection for myself, lots of positives. Some self-reflecting, and like what you just said there about marketing. I've really tried to sort of pick myself up from that, from feeling the effects of not putting that effort in over the years, and being around people who I see are absolutely reaping the rewards of putting that effort in. It's really changed my perspective on you can't. And it's weird, isn't it? Because you sort of think, well, where the hell do you get the work from? And I've said many times, for me, excuse me, the P2Ps have always been a really good income stream for me.
Yeah.
And then it's just repeat clients, etc. So I've just got along doing that, but now I've come off all the P2Ps. I'm on the sites, but I'm not paying any premiums.
Yeah.
I've come off them all, and I've relied heavily on website repeat clients and a bit of marketing here and then. It's a tougher grind, but it's more rewarding.
Definitely. So I think mine's always been a bit of a mix, but leaning more towards direct clients.
Yeah.
I'm not. I think I came in at a slightly different time, and I think P2Ps have changed quite a lot in the last few years.
Yeah.
Even from when you started, when I started. You've got to be diverse, haven't you, in your income streams?
Yeah, but it's been, I think, on reflection overall, I'm back in France. I came back last week, so this is hopefully going to be. I've got to go back to Manchester. Well, we're both going back to Manchester in January for that. Oh, you're going to the social, the big. Big
well, we've had the big news about
Helloooo.
One Voice come out, haven't we?
Yeah.
And the quaffers are low, Michael.
Well, I've got to be honest. So me and Steph, we're going back to America in early April to see a family.
Oh wow!
And to be able to try, and that's to fly to Detroit. That's not a cheap do. We're going to be spending 2 and a bit weeks there. So by the time we come back, that'll be the arse end of April, and then to try and pay for One Voice as well. I think it might be just a bit too much. But who knows?
Who knows? Yeah.
Who knows? So, but if that is the case, America's going to take precedence over One Voice.
Of course, yeah. Whereas,
I
I think I might. Well, I want to go to One Voice because I want all the learning as well as all the social. So I might not be able to go in January, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think they've put on a really great event.
There's such good people as well.
I hope for. I mean, I don't know what the long-term plans are, but I hope for them it's a resounding success and it's something they can do annually.
Yeah, same,
and
definitely.
It's
and it's nice having stuff up in the north, isn't it? There's different.
For us, yeah.
Well, for us,
travelling.
well, obviously not just us. I think there's quite a lot of us in the north.
I say that. What am I talking about? I'm in fucking France.
Yeah, but in my head, you're still Manchester. So.
Yeah.
Take a while for me to remember that you're actually in a different country.
Sometimes I forget myself. It's because obviously Steph being American, and we speak English in the house all the time. Sophia, she's French, but she speaks English, and she's picked up the American accent off her mum. So we all just speak English all the time.
Yeah.
So it's only when we go out, it's like, oh shit, I'm in France. Like, no, I'm kidding. But yeah, no. So it's sometimes I forget. But Christmas, are you done? Are you got everything sorted, or?
For Christmas? Fuck no. Well, no, that's not fair. I feel I'm almost there, but I'm in the stage now where you're just, I don't know about you, but I like panic about everything, like having a present for the kids. And like my brain is just, I feel quite manic, in all honesty. I went for a run this morning and I was like, I needed to. I didn't want to, I needed to because I felt so bloody manic.
You find that really therapeutic?
I really do. And I have to force myself some days, like today. But God, I feel better when I've done it.
I can't, never mind going for a run, I can't run a bath, never mind run my legs. Jesus Christ. So, no, I'm kind of like, I'm at that point where I've got most of my things. The problem I've had is, there are some things that I didn't buy before I left for France, which I still need to order, which is fine, there's enough time to do it. But what Steph's main present, obviously I can't say what it is now. But it's a large item, shall we say?
Okay.
And, I couldn't fit it in I thought I might be able to fit it in my suitcase. Turns out I misjudged it dramatically. So then it was like, well, I can check it in on the plane. But you know what they're like at airports? They just like throw stuff around like rugby balls.
Yeah.
So I was like,
I'm so intrigued.
So I didn't want to chance that. So I've had to get it airmailed, and it's still in transit.
Did that cost like the same as the bloody present?
Well, no. To be fair, raw mail pretty good. It was £22, and this is a 15 kilo item, so I was really impressed by that. It's just customs. I'm waiting for that surprise.
Is it like a statue of you? Is it like trying to guess 15 kgs? Okay, right, yeah.
So so I paid for it. It got collected on Saturday, just gone. So it said 3 to 5 days. So it's checking the updates. It's just one of them minutes like you just think, oh, please don't go missing or any of that garbage.
Yeah.
So
you got time? Do you work over Christmas?
Well, it's funny you said that, actually, because I had an email from, that Christmas advert I did for Craft Pub?
Yes, yeah.
So the people that I did that with, We Are the Allies, the guy Rick contacted me, really cool advert. I hopefully, it looks like I'm going to get it. It's just a lot of fun, very cool advert. Anyway, he emailed me before saying, looks like it's going to get postponed to Jan, are you available? And I was like, and I was saying this to Steph before, like when it comes to Christmas time, like availability, I don't really have an off switch. Yeah. Because if we're home, if I get an email, someone says, "Can you record this?" I'm not going to go, "No." Like, it's work,
it's different circumstances, isn't it? So, we usually go to my parents or do a lot of family stuff, and this year it's just the four of us at home this year, which is lovely. But I'm available, so I will be available apart from Christmas Day.
But then nobody's going to contact you on Christmas Day. So,
hopefully closed.
The days around that, generally. Yeah. I mean, I know it's important to have some off.
I think it is important, but I think it's also kind of where I'm at. I'm like, actually, that'd be useful if I can be of use to clients and they need people last minute. I'm here for that. Whereas other years I won't be. So it just depends.
Yeah. So I just said to him, I said, listen, look, I've sort of made the decision that I will be, the studio's at home, so I'll be around. I can just hop in the booth and record if need be.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But what also I found interesting during the Christmas period is how people reach out to their existing clients and stuff like that. So do you send out any newsletters? So
I traditionally do a video, like a video message.
Well, I did one in 2022. Yeah, I did one in 2022.
Not like the Queen, because she's not in love with this. But
sorry, go on.
No, I'm just talking about deceased royalty. You probably should carry on.
Let's talk about dead people.
Yeah. So I am very disorganised this year, but my plan is still to do that. But I would have to send it out like today or tomorrow. And the open rates they're not massive, but people do look at it, and it's a genuine. I want to wish them well, and I've not sent out cards. And no one's getting any gifts this year either, so it's not been my most organised of years. But fuck it, I'm having to let that go. I'm having to be like, you know what, it is what it is. No one is going to miss it.
Well, why don't you the one I did in 2022, I just stuck it on Instagram, and it was just like an open thank you.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm going to put it on YouTube like I normally do and send it round, and that's what I plan to do. But I'm just, letting go of the idea of wanting to send cards, wanting to do gifts. No one's getting them, but that's okay. It is what it is.
Merry Christmas, I got you.
Merry Christmas.
No, it's the thought that counts, though, isn't it?
It's not like my clients are really going to miss a card for me, is it? They're like, oh, shucks, I've not got one from that woman.
Well, this is the thing. So you say that, and
don't say that.
No. Whilst that's largely true, no one is going to be like, "Where's my card off, Jen, bitch?"
Yeah,
Like, you know what
yeah. Never working with her again.
Yeah, she's on the naughty list.
Yeah.
So... But what I do know is that definitely doing little things like that does make a difference. It really,
I really do believe that. I think that's why I'm frustrated and a bit, having to work to let it go, because I really do think it helps.
Yeah.
Because it's nice. We know as humans, it's nice to have that interaction. Even if you're on a mailing list with, a few hundred of the people, getting that, I'm like, oh, that's nice. That's cool. I do always try and have a look at it and try and respond, because people have put effort into that.
Well, last year I got my first Christmas card off a client.
Oh, I actually remember you talking about that.
I put a post on social media about it. Yeah. It was just a card. I was like, you don't recognise what it represents, though. It's the gratitude of thank you.
And the effort of writing a card is huge, and buying a stamp and putting it in the post. It's not a small task. So I can't remember which client it was, but well done to them.
Yeah, it was Mighty Giant. Who did the
cool.
stuff with the Regency stuff, the project me and Kelly are working on, which finally the lid is about to get lifted on this character that I've been playing or portraying for the last... It's only a corporate thing, but it was loads of fun. Yeah. So they've decided to go public with it, and there's going to be more stuff with him. I can't say it just yet, but it was just this cool character that I got to play, or still play. Anyway, they sent me the card. Anyway, what it meant was, I was like, well, but I know everyone's different. For me personally, I was like, this is great. So I just thought, if you do actually reach out to these people you've worked with and give them a card, it 100%.
I know.
Hits the right notes.
I know, Michael. I know.
It wouldn't have to. Well, maybe it's time.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen this year, and I have to accept that.
Well, you know what? Even just a personalised email, just to say, and I've done this. Everyone I've spoken to so far, I've said, look, if I don't speak to you this side of Christmas, have a great Christmas and a New Year. We'll catch up in Jan. Yeah. And that alone is enough. You know what I mean? It's just courteous. But if you because I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to send out some emails on Friday. Excuse me, and I'm just going to say, listen, thanks for what we've done this year, etc. Look forward to next. It makes a little.
I know, I think it's important to do that.
Yeah. So that's so that was something I've seen a few people around me do stuff like that, and
some people are so good at it, and I think some people have proper personalised cards and stuff and have huge respect. And I think next year I need to start thinking about it in September time, so that I'm ready to go in November.
It's just about planning ahead, isn't it?
It's a lot, but it doesn't move, does it? We know it's coming every time.
So that's for me for Christmas, I've got pretty much everything sorted. We're going to we've got Steph's friend staying with us for a couple of weeks, and we're going off to Strasbourg tonight.
Oh, lovely.
We're spending a couple of nights at the Christmas markets in Strasbourg, which I am really looking forward to.
That's exciting.
'Cause it's like the old school, proper
I've not been.
Traditional markets. No, I've never been. So, yeah, really looking forward to that. And then, so I just wanted to try and get a few loose ends tied up before we left, because obviously I wanted to make sure stuff was going to get delivered. So, and then that's that.
Did you have last Christmas in France, or is this your first one?
No, it was the first one. Yeah.
Oh,
because it was this time last year me and Steph met.
Oh, God, I felt like you've been together longer than that.
I know, it's just gone super quick. But it's been a great year in that respect,
Yeah.
And I've enjoyed the journey of just going with it. You know what I mean? I'm fortunate that I can do that. So to be able to sort of let's explore this and let's just see where it takes us, and it's taking me here, and it's fantastic.
It is
I'm
pretty
very
lovely.
For that. So we're not going to do another episode this side of Christmas, so let's talk about the traditional.
No, we are not.
What's your New Year's resolutions? What would you like to do differently next year that you maybe couldn't do this year, or you did this year you'd like to change?
Well,
got anything?
have you? Well, while we're doing a bit of a wrap up, have you got anything that you like professionally that you were really what was your highlight? Any highlights of the year?
Easily the rugby promo.
Oh yeah, that was really cool. You were so excited about that as well.
And do you know what was really interesting about doing that? In the lead up to that, coming out of summer, I had a really well. To be fair, even recently, October, the arse end of October was all right, and then November was just as if my email was blocked. It was terrible. Where is everyone? And then it started to pick up again towards the end of November a little bit, and December's just sort of trickled along. But a similar thing happened back in the summer. I think June and July were very, very, very quiet. Anyway, so what I did was I made a thing. I was like, I don't care if it's quiet. I just had this determination and belief that I was going to do a job which I felt internally was just going to be something epic. And then I got contacted from the rugby league directly, their production team, because they do everything in house. And he said, "We've got the rugby final coming up at Old Trafford. Would you like to do the promo?" And it was just absolutely smack bang in exactly what I was hoping it would be, like that sort of, the Batman voice.
Yeah.
And I just ran with it, and I mean, obviously it's nice when you upload something and people say how much they enjoyed it, but internally,
that's the biggest thing, isn't it? When you feel like,
I got tremendously positive feedback. Internally, I was like, that is one of the best pieces of work I've ever done. I just loved it. So, yeah.
So, no, what you're entering then for One Voice.
Oh, 100%,
yeah.
And do you know what's ironic, innit? Because I'm proud of that one. I think some of the stuff I've been nominated for in the past, I think it's better than that. And Soslo, I probably won't get lucky, will it?
Yeah, it's always the way, isn't it?
Typical. So that's something I'm particularly proud of. Yeah. How about yourself?
Well, I had a little think about this, and two things. So, it's not been my favourite year professionally, but a real highlight, obviously, was being nominated for Voiceover of the Year, which was amazing. But probably even bigger than that, actually, and this is so fucking corny, but was the people around me and like the relationships I've built within the community, because I've not been like on top of the world. And I've had so many people who have reached out and supported me and offered advice or helped me do stuff or worked with me on things or put me for, I can't tell you how grateful I am for that. And it really has got me through some pretty shitty times at points. I'm really grateful. I feel a bit emotional, actually. But yeah, really grateful for that.
I don't blame you, because I think, I think this year, maybe part of the podcast has got something to do with it. I feel like this year, I've really connected with VOs that we sometimes text on Instagram, whatever.
Yeah.
You forge sort of those digital relationships, that sort of thing. This year, I really felt like I forged proper relationships.
Yeah, they come into like real life and like everyday life.
Yeah. I really feel like that community that we always sing so highly, praise so highly, has really sort of leveled up, and it's the closeness that we've got with people is real. Like when we went to Vox, for example.
I know, just thinking about that actually. Yeah.
Vox was a great example of it. There's a picture of there's me, you, Scott, Kim. Everyone was on our table, and we had a big group photo, and it was just great, and that to me really captured exactly how I felt. Like this is a great team of people.
Same. Yeah, and there's a lot more people who weren't in that picture, but yeah, absolutely, it was just epic, really, really nice. So that for me has been a highlight. Those two things.
Yeah, I think doing the pod as well has been a big achievement.
Oh, same. I mean, fuck me, it's been hard at times, and like you and I have been like, all right, stop contacting me.
Yeah,
but it really has.
I think. I think we've talked about this quite a few times, so I won't go into it, but obviously the intention with this was always to create something. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel, we'll just be us.
Yeah.
Take that voiceover costume off and just be your true self, but while still talking about the industry and our jobs, etc. And I'm really glad that for those people that like that sort of format, really got it. You know what I mean? And and I think
it's amazing. Sorry to interrupt you, but like even like now, like when you hear that somebody has. It's meant something to somebody. Like, it's made them feel a bit better and a bit more connected. And that's exactly what we wanted. And I'm so proud of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I find it really therapeutic as well.
Yeah.
And you forget sometimes, you say some shit and it goes, and you forget sometimes you put it out there and, thousands of people might hear it. I don't even contemplate that because you still, as long as you just.
I have had that slight panic, when you've had like a really honest episode, and then you kind of forget about it, and you're like, oh fuck, what did I actually say?
Sometimes I think I'm a bit too honest for my own good, but
I think we both are.
But that's just who I am as a person.
Yeah,
I just can't be doing with bullshit, and if I'm not offensive. I'm not set out to hurt anyone or anything like that. I just can't be doing with bullshit. So if my opinion comes off as a bit raw, it's not it's not meant with any malice or anything. But I do find the whole thing very therapeutic, which is why there's other people that we've spoke to, like when it was at One Voice or at Vox or if it's DMs, people have said, I really enjoy what you do. I always said, well, do one yourself. It's really like, for some people that have said they've got something from it, where the relatability or whatever, they enjoy listening, I encourage people to try and look at doing something themselves.
Or get in contact, like, have a chat with us about it. Let's connect. So next year, how are you feeling?
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not like I don't mean that in like a big-headed sort of way. I just feel positive. Like, I've already got well, I've got some stuff lined up for January, which is
that helps.
Looking forward. Yeah. But the lineup aside, just my mentality going into work next year. I just feel I feel quite relaxed about it all. I feel like there's decent foundations that have been built that I've spent time with over the year, which I feel like they are quite solid now, and they're only just going to over time just get stronger. And I'm looking forward to the prospects of working out in France, because there's a couple of companies I've started working with who there might be some more opportunities. So it's just I'm feeling good. I'm optimistic. I am.
That's so lovely. That's a really nice place to be.
How about yourself?
I'm kind of feeling optimistic. I'm feeling determined, because it has been a bit shit. And a lot of that is my own doing and my own mentality and stuff, and not feeling brilliant about myself. And I feel like I'm going to get some fucking systems in place, trying to get some good habits and all that stuff. And I think if I am doing the whole consistent marketing, that will massively help, because it's about that respect and feel like you're doing yourself justice. And I think that's the biggest thing for me, is a frustration that I don't feel like I'm doing myself justice. Right. I've been extremely lucky to be nominated for awards and stuff, which is like, okay, brilliant. Okay, so I've got something there. I just need to be doing that consistently. And I want to push myself and be like, well, actually, what can I achieve? And so I think I'm always a bit like, well, what's next? And like, how do I, and try and take stock and feel appreciative, but also, what else can I do? How, what's next?
Have you got anything specific that, like, is there like maybe a big objective you'd like to try and get closer towards? Like, for me, I would really love to try and tap into, I really want to get more involved in the audio drama space, desperately. I've always wanted to do that. But I've always really wanted to do something towards like TV narration, like those off the wall documentary sort of things, like like just the light-hearted, like the airport ones, like the camera following around. I love all that shit.
I can also see you doing like the grittier, like disruption in Manchester and. Yeah.
I would love to explore that sort of work.
That's a great objective.
So it's there, but I don't even know which direction to put my first foot forward. So.
It's breaking it down, isn't it? So if that's your objective, it's like working through it. And I feel like the next couple of weeks, I want to spend probably quite a lot of time working through that.
Yeah, that's for me. So have you got something of that?
Well, I am currently working on my branding, and I've been doing this for a little while. I think I put on socials about like having going for a photo shoot and having to be cancelled, and then having another one which kind of went okay. It's been a bit turbulent, but working towards that. So in the next through 2.5 months or so, by February, I'm hoping to have a new website.
So are you sticking with your name, or are you going with a brand name?
I'm sticking with my name, but it's the look and feel of it. So I've been working on my brand for a long time, like just by myself, and then getting some support with the visuals and someone helping me build a better website, because mine doesn't reflect me very well. So I'm excited for that. And I know that you made great strides with your SEO over summer, didn't you? And I really need to do the same, because I am not being found via my website.
Yeah, it's definitely not an overnight solution, but
it's not. It's one of those things that you just need to keep chipping away at, and I'm resigned to that, the chipping away. But I feel like where I'm at now, I need someone to help review it, and because I don't feel like it's actually done properly. Right. I need somebody to kind of just check all the back end of it and all that stuff. So I'm hoping that'll be a strong start. I really want to carry on with my mission to do more character work, so mainly games, but also animation and audio drama. It's just the character stuff that I love. So continue coaching in that, and big objectives.
I've got some coaching with Emily Jardine in the beginning of February.
Oh, she's amazing. I'm coaching with her at the moment.
Yeah, so I love the whole coaching space. Do you know what? Honestly, I actually can see why some people get into coaching, because I adore this industry so much, and I love the nuances of manipulating words and scripts to get a different sound and stuff. One day down in the future, I would absolutely love to do something like that. But in the meantime, I'm going to be looking at working with different coaches myself, try and find, I think I've been a bit complacent. I talk all the time about how important it is to have a coach, but I primarily lean on when you're starting out, to help you with your journey. But I think, obviously, I always say coaching is important as you continue to grow and expand, because, you know, it's important to sort of keep teaching yourself stuff. But I've been a little bit complacent on it. So I made a conscious effort to really sort of change that. So, like, Tim was talking a lot about Darren Street.
Yeah.
I'd like to work with him. I'd like to try and do some coaching with and I'd like to try some coaching with Tanya. Like, I think it's important to sort of try different coaches, see their perspective.
Yeah.
Because, you know, everyone's got an opinion of who they like working with and who they've not enjoyed working with. But it's definitely a personal thing.
Oh, 100%. I think we talked about this quite a lot before, haven't we? 100% personal. So one of the things I love coaching with Emily for, and I've not been doing it very long. But it's an opportunity as well in these sessions, whoever you're with, to play and get to do what you love doing. And, you know, we spend a lot of time marketing and sometimes not as much time recording as we'd like. So actually getting to act and perform and work on that craft is such a gift. It's just a joy. And I come away from every session, and I had the same with Stefan Cornicard, but I did coaching with him, because I'm getting to act for an hour a week, whatever, how often you do it, and come away absolutely buzzing. So it's just, I mean, if nothing else, you're doing it for the love of it.
Yeah, 100%. And I think it's being able to offer something more to my clients. Like, I'm not suggesting that I'm going to suddenly just become like a new like establish a new style of voiceover or anything, but I just want to really, I want somebody to listen and critique me and go, you think about this or think about, because if you don't know, how are you going to do it yourself? You know what I mean? It's understanding
your own voice as well, and own capabilities, and pushing that a little bit if you can. But
so I'm looking forward to
that's exciting.
Just get some coaching under the belt, get refreshed a little bit, get some fresh perspective, fresh ears, listening to myself. Maybe be picking up on things I've missed and fine tuning certain elements. And then I'm just a bit unsure about getting a new reel done, because what I do is
I'm getting a new commercial one, hopefully.
Well, I tend to do it every other year, because
that's
the middle,
quite frequent. We've talked about this, haven't we? But it does seem quite frequent.
Well, it's only because they cost best part of £500 a reel, and I don't think you need to get a fresh one done every year. So what I tend to do is
new pieces and things.
Yeah. So what I do is so the last one was 23. And last year what I did was I just had a collection of radio ads that I did, had that put into a reel, and now for 25 I'd probably look to get another studio demo done. But this time round, if I'm going to do that, I might even look at writing my own scripts, because I think who knows you better than you? And I think if you can pull together curate 5 or 6 scripts that you can absolutely leather it and be like fully in your comfort zone. Oh God,
you may as well go for it. And if you're working with a producer who can then offer little bits of feedback as well, being like, actually, you don't need to do that, or you know what I mean, they can help shape it. So when I did my gaming reel with Martin Fisher last year, was it last year?
That's Sonic Pond.
Yeah, Sonic Pond. I started writing some stuff myself, and I worked with Jess Nessing as well to write other ones. And it was really interesting showing Martin. He was like, "Yeah, but you're not writing a scene. It's just a tiny excerpt of a scene." So I kind of wanted to get, beginning, middle, and an end, and what's the the character's journey. He's like, no, it's just 10 seconds or 15 seconds of a clip, like midway through, or a point. And I was like, oh shit, yeah. And I've written like these 1-minute monologues. Which is useful in itself to get into the character and all that stuff. But that's why I released things separately as well, so I could have longer excerpts, so I could kind of demonstrate that as well.
Speaking of monologues, I definitely think we should revisit those scenes that we used to do.
Yeah, I love doing that.
Scenes. That was, and stick with that in the moment setting that we did. Like, we literally went on that site, monologueblogger.com.
Yeah.
Found a scene, read it, we're happy with the format, bang, let's go. It was just total
Sometimes I didn't even read it. It was like, I'm fine, let's just do it.
Total sight read, no practice, no nothing.
The sight reading is a good one to practice.
Yeah, I think we definitely should do more of that, because...
Yeah. I've got so many objectives, like this commercial demo, I want to improve my general American, like it's okay, I want to make sure it's like on point. So many things I want to do.
Do you know what? You made a good point there. I'm quite dismissive when it comes to accents, because I always have this it is kind of a defeatist attitude where I'm just like, I'm not very good at them. And I still kind of stand by that, but I feel like I owe it to myself to go, okay, at least try and improve it.
Yeah.
At least try, because it's a good thing to have in your repertoire if you can flick on. Like, I always do like a standard generic American accent, and obviously Steph being American, where the fuck are you from?
Oh dear.
So, But it's like when Steph does English, it's always the Mary Poppins. Hello, like, you know.
Oh yeah, didn't she come on and do that one point?
Yeah. It was like, it was funny.
It's like the best of the podcast.
But she has started picking up some more northern things. Like I say, but. So,
yeah.
she's little things she's picking up on when she's saying things in northern twang. But yeah, so accents definitely. I would like to. I think I owe it to.
Well, let's do some monologues in our
clients.
General American.
Yeah.
Let's practice. I'm not sure I'd want those to go straight up.
We finish recording it. She'll upload it like and delete.
Yeah. And I'll be really proud of mine. You'll be like, nope.
Yeah. So I kind of feel like it's just I think next year it's kind of more of the same, but
bigger, better.
Yeah,
I need to calm down.
Just maybe slightly more refined. Maybe try and actually try and. I mean, you don't need a new year and a resolution to.
I like having objectives though. I think that helps me.
Exactly. It's just having that. Yeah, it's
drawing a line in the sand and being like, okay, yeah, that wasn't great, but let's pull our big girl pants on and be like, here we go, start again.
But you see, again,
it's not starting again, but you know what I mean.
I think perspective is important because you said before, like, it's not been a great year for certain reasons, but on the flip side, I would say that. Like, for example, that you've been hankering for one of these nominations for a while, and to get the big one.
I've been hankering for this. What are you talking about?
Well, you talked before about One Voice and stuff.
Well, I've been nominated for other things. I
mean, like the voiceover of the year, like the.
That is never. It was never in my sights before. I have to say
That's a hell of an achievement. So.
Oh, I do. I think it's a massive achievement. I don't undersell that, but yeah, it was. I never thought it'd happen, so that's why it was. But yeah, always been. So is BAFTA though. So I've got a long list of awards I'd like to achieve in my life.
Yeah, so I think stuff like that. I think on reflection, for yourself, like there's definitely a lot of positives.
I think it's keeping going as well. I think that's it's like what, let's just keep going. And I have one of my problems, as you probably heard from my objectives I'm setting myself for next year. I go too big. Yeah. And be like, well, how are you going to achieve all those 20 different things? Actually, just focus on a couple, and then really go for it. But I get excited.
Yeah, same. Well, speaking of getting excited, shall we just like? So we are going to do a season 3.
We're doing a season 3.
We are doing a season 3.
Yeah, I did not know where you're going with that.
I thought, what, I'm gonna have So I didn't either. It just kind of did not go to plan.
And your face went really weird, and I'm like, what is happening? Yes, season 3, woohoo!
We're gonna do. We love doing this so much, and we love the sort of. There's an entertainment side of it where we like to have a bit of fun. We enjoy the feedback of other people enjoying it as well. But whilst we're not really going to change anything in general, we are I'm not going to say anymore, but we are going to mix up a little bit as to who we talk to. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Just to try and keep it fresh and interesting.
And we're hoping to get it out spring, aren't we? So we hopefully won't have too long a wait, but obviously it depends on spring.
No, we'll have it way before that.
I'm being generic. That's,
right. I think we're going to try and start mapping it out in January, aren't we?
Yeah. I was trying to be vague.
I'm just... The only thing is, I think... anyway, we don't need to go too much into all that. But yeah, we're going to continue. We're going to continue because we love it and we enjoy that other people enjoy it as well. And if it gives something back or something...
Yeah, a little bit of a little ray. That's good, isn't it?
Absolutely. So that is absolutely something I'm looking forward to for next year.
Yes.
To continue this and see... just continue to see where it takes us. And there's some other great ones like Kim and
Lizzie.
They've got theirs. I've only listened to the first episode because I like binging stuff.
Do you?
It's like there's a new show on Sky called Day of the Jackal with
I've heard of it.
Flipping heck, Jen. That show is excellent.
We don't have Sky. I'd like to see it though.
It's 10 episodes, but there was like next one every Thursday. I was like, oh, come on.
I know, it's like old school, isn't it, when you're like a kid? Yeah.
Ridiculous. So the same with the couple one. So I listened to the first one. I was like, I'll just wait till they all come out and then I can just sit and listen to them. So I've
really enjoyed it. I've really not. And it's probably similar to ours in the fact that it just feels like you're having a chat with somebody or you're just having a listen and really nice. And because I have huge respects for both of them and they're quite different to me. And sometimes when I'm I know Kim a bit better than Lizzie, and Kim is very good at standing up for herself and other VOs in terms of like rates and all sorts of things. And I really look up to her as well and that. So when I'm feeling a bit like, oh, I'm not sure, maybe I should do this, I'm like, well, what would Kim do in this situation? Right. So, yeah, I feel like they're good people to look up to as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so and they gave us a nice, I've not heard it yet, but you said that they gave us a nice little shout out. No, it was on social media, wasn't it? They tagged us on something on social. Was it you put something up?
I just put a thank you up because it was really nice.
Yeah. So we appreciate that, folks. If you're listening, that was really, really kind of you. And so I'm going to look forward to listening to theirs. And there are so many other there are so many other voiceover podcasts that are knocking about. That's just great to dive into.
Yeah.
So it's nice that everybody's got everyone's got something of their unique to themselves.
Yeah, slightly different.
And it's just enjoyable to listen to. And we can all sort of relate to it in different ways.
And we're going to carry on with the voiceover of the week.
We are, yeah.
So please keep sharing your shit.
Yeah, we're going to continue that. I think that's been really well received, and I think it's just, I think it's nice to just give something back and just. Oh
God, yeah, and we don't want to, it's just nice to have the external validation, is it sometimes? And you shouldn't need it, but it's just nice to get a pat on the back. Or if I saw someone at an event and I'd heard a piece that John thought was good, I'd tell them. But you can't always do that, can you? So it's nice to shout about other people's work.
Something that's come up a little recently, I'm glad it's been mentioned more publicly, is this frustration that clients never tag VOs in the projects. Yeah. Man, that winds me up flipping heck.
When they've got the long list of everybody who's
involved.
Yeah,
it's you tag everybody the flipping T-runner. And it's and what pisses me off about it more than anything else, I'm just going to say, because I did actually talk about this in season 1.
I remember. And
I took it all out. I don't give a shit anymore. It pisses me off, right, because as a consumer, as us as consumers, when we watch an advert, for example, we only consume 3 things, really. It's the actors on the screen, the music, and the voiceover. That's the only 3 things we actually consume. They guide us through the advert.
Yeah, it's all visuals, isn't it? But yeah, I know
right. But and there's such a selection process on picking a voiceover. It's auditions, shortlists, blah, blah, blah. So if that much attention to detail goes in picking the right voiceover, why the hell does everybody get credited and not the voiceover? Now, if they don't credit everybody, then fine. It's when they credit everybody and leave out the VO. And for the life of me, I cannot understand why. I really can't.
Is it because it's not really something I've had, but do you find it's the same clients that do it?
There are some habitual abusers of this problem.
Okay.
There are loads of companies like Doodle Do, for example. I love working with those guys.
Yeah,
the Caritas Salford advert we did in 2022 for Christmas with the Be Kind campaign that I voiced, and I got a nomination for that. Well, they got a nomination for their side of it, and I got one for the voice. And then it came back round. It was around about the time it came out 2 years ago, and they reposted it and they tagged me and they put really nice little.
They're a good bunch, aren't they?
Yeah, they're excellent.
Yeah,
and they put a nice. And I was like, it was. You didn't have to do that.
No, that was the extra.
It just makes you feel makes you feel appreciated. You were part of something with other people.
And that's what's lovely is you feel part of it, don't you? Part of the team, because we're so solitary. When you feel like you're collaborating on something as a creative, it just it makes your heart feel happy.
Yeah, so I'm not going to rant and rave too much. But I just cannot find any logical reason why we get.
Let's ask some people.
I would love if I mean, I don't know if they'll listen to it, but if you happen to be a video producer or content producer that tags everyone and never tags the voiceover, just why?
Well, yeah,
why?
Let's definitely ask.
Just, I'd love to know. But anyway, no. So my point was, Pierre Monbouche, he put a post about this on LinkedIn a couple of weeks back, basically saying, we love working on your projects. Would you be so kind just to remember to credit the voiceover as well, because it does help us, and it does.
Yeah, of course it does.
Why did I go down this road?
I don't know, but I feel like you've been waiting a long time to say that, and maybe it's good. Before Christmas, it's been like a year or something. You've wanted to say that.
Oh God, it's just also as well. That was it. Yes, because we do the VO of the week, and it's nice to give something back. That was it.
Yes.
God, do you know what? There's one of those most satisfying things that when you forget what you were talking about, and then you remember
it, and you're like, oh, hallelujah, that is amazing.
But yeah, no, sorry, he did this post, and he said, look, just please remember to.
And it sounds like that's a really nice way of doing it as well, rather than being like, oi, dickheads.
Yeah, me being like oi. Yeah.
Oi.
So he did it a really nice way. But he was right. It's because, whenever I do work, I always tag the company that produced it, irrespective of whether I get a nod or not is irrelevant. I always still do it anyway.
I don't always, because sometimes they're like, don't tag the end client in this, but yeah, sometimes that's how it is.
So I just think in the sake, we did the view of the week, but it would be nice if production companies could remember to tag the voiceovers, because there's so many great pieces of work you hear, and the voiceover's excellent, and there's no
Oh yeah, and I'm always like,
reference to who
that?
it is. Yeah, and it's like. Anyway, so yeah, well, that's off my chest anyway. I've got a
yeah.
And the thing is,
2024 and a high.
I know full well every single voiceover who listens to this will probably agree with me. So.
Yeah, what we should start doing then as a community, if we see a post with where the voiceover hasn't been tagged, and you can't do it for yourself necessarily, you might not want to, but just say in the comments, oh, sorry, who's the voiceover for this?
Yeah, that's a really good shout, you know.
And we'll just work together as an industry to try and raise that.
Will it look a bit bitchy? Because you can't. The problem with
I think if you say it nicely, you say, "What an amazing ad! I love the voiceover. Can you let me know who it is, please?"
Yeah, but this is the thing, innit? Like you can say it with that intention, but they're just words on a screen. They could interpret that in a completely different way.
Well, I'm going to do it. If I see it, I'm going to ask.
It's a great idea, and I think that is one way to instigate change. Yeah, 100%. That is a really good shout, and I think if more people do stuff like that. Inevitably, well, I say inevitably, hopefully,
hopefully
over time it will instigate change because they're so used to being called out on it that they'll just start doing it organically.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, that's actually a really good idea. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that might be a great way to leave it there.
Yes.
Finish it on a let's all gather together as a community and instigate change.
Let's do that. Mikey, have an amazing Christmas and New Year.
Thank you.
Lots of love to Steph, Ovs.
Yeah, thank you very mumuch. Yeah, and yourself and your family, and have a great Christmas. And everyone listening as well.
I'm going to give you a big cuddle. Yeah. Cuddle to
Digital cuddle. There you go. To everyone that's listening to us, we sincerely hope you have an excellent Christmas and New Year.
Happy and healthy. And we'll see you back in 2025.
See you in 2025, folks. Have an excellent Christmas and New Year, and we'll see you.
Lots of love.
Season 3.
Bye.